What's up, my movers and shakers? Every now and again, despite my best efforts, I'm confronted with a situation where my MS does take hold, and now and again will stop me from painting altogether and ultimately doing what I love doing the most. Occasional flare-ups do mean that, hey, I'm just not going to be able to paint right now. And my usual relentless optimism takes a hit and stops me from just cracking on and doing what I want to do. Well, f*** all that shit, because Cursed City's out, and I want to paint it, and I want to play it, and I want to do it right now. Cursed City is one of those rare GW products that pretty much ticks all the boxes of everything I want, and I want it immediately. Feels like they've gone inside my brain with a rusty ladle and just scooped out what was left of anything that might be of interest to me. Somewhere between this old anime I remember called Curse of the Undead Yoma or Curse of the Undead Yoma, with a little bit of Ninja Scroll maybe, and definitely a healthy serving of Vampire Hunter D, which is f***ing sick, and then just wrap the whole thing in this big old Castlevania babushka. And I absolutely love Castlevania. Like, you really have to love Castlevania to buy any Castlevania game in 2021. Like, the sheer financial investment of buying a Castlevania game. Anyway, and of course it's basically Hero Quest, and I f***ing love Hero Quest. It's Hero Quest, but if everyone in the city that you're questing through is dead, you take charge of one of several archetypes, kind of like a Micro Machines game, and you have to fight your way through it to the big guy at the end, Count Rudiger. Whatever. But when I started trying to paint this set, I was stricken with MS, which is not a surprise because I am aware of that. But it hit me in a wave that basically meant that my hands weren't steady. I couldn't do what I initially conceptualized for this project. So I'm going to do what pretty much everyone that seems to have got the box earlier than me has done, which is super stylized, super red and white sort of. I'm going to try and make it quick, easy, uncomplicated. I want to kind of get the whole box done, if I can, by the end of this project. So let's see how we do. First off, there is a shitload of models in this box. Some of them great, some of them alright, some of them a little bit cack, but generally, overall, I'm pretty damn impressed. So rather than overcomplicate anything, I'm just gonna add a little bit of accent into the bases. I'm gonna put in some paving slabs to emulate, you know, a ruined city floor. And as you can see, my self-control isn't doing particularly well right now. However, I am just sticking bits of foam to some plastic, so that ain't really the end of the world. And as a basing solution to get the ground texture I want, I'm just gonna dunk this straight into some Geek Gaming Scenics Desert Sand and Stone. For these larger models, I've got a little bit of wiggle room, so I'm going to put in some dead trees, or sticks meant to look like dead trees, some branches, some foliage, you know, just some kind of things to jazz it up a little bit. Once I'm happy, I'm going to seal them down, starting with some isopropyl alcohol just to wet everything through. And then I'm going to come in with a watered down PVA solution to seal it up, and then I'm going to leave this on the windowsill, or I might leave it overnight. As far as painting goes, I'm going to start with any kind of black primer I fancy. Probably going to go through the airbrush because I've got foam on here. Various inks to sketch out light values and then add pigment to those light values. And a Umbro enamel wash to tie everything together, because I'm going to do some dry brushing as well. as a final little bit of chip spice on everything, I'm going to add some diorama Precipice tufts and plants. These are surprisingly hard wearing for what they are, so I'm not too fussed about, damaging them when I get them out the game. If you like what you see so far, please don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you care. Oh yeah, airbrush time. Now I know my first ever video I did, I was shooting on people that refused to get an airbrush, not people that, didn't have an airbrush, but people that just refused to get one. And I can safely say that it is still the best investment that I probably have ever made. I'm going to sketch on my initial light values. I want my light to be coming from below, kind of like the box art. And I want a spotlight potentially from above with an alternate color for the heroes. Very simple, red and blue for the heroes, nice conflicting colors, and just simple red for the baddies. A little bit of dry brushing with Ulthuan Grey, which is a blue tinted grey, quite nice. Enamel wash is going on due to its low surface tension, and also once it has dried and cured, if I don't like it, I can remove it using white or mineral spirits afterwards. I'm kind of backing and forth in a lot in this process. With every model that I pick up, I'm just trying a different order of things, like do I do the inks and then the dry brush, or do I do the inks, the wash, then the dry brush? It's entirely kind of an organic process of learning that I'm doing. And really it takes about 8 minutes per model, not including drying time, maybe about 15 a model. So I can afford to just figure this shit out as I go along, which is all kinds of my vibe. So I'm going to do up the rest of the box in this style, and I'm potentially batting the idea around of doing some 3D terrain for Curse City as well. And it would be interesting to do some medieval Tudor or fantasy buildings also with this colour scheme. I think that could be real fancy, real spooky. Not really a style that's for everyone, but this box of toys that I have isn't for everyone. This box of toys is mine, so it is going to have, well, I would say my style, but this is just kind of what I could do with the physical abilities available to me this week. For sure, these turned out a style, and it's reassuring to know that down the line when my illness progresses, I will still at least be able to have ideas and translate them onto a model and get something that I quite like at the end of it. We'll go with that. Thank you for watching, guys, and of course, big thank you to all my patrons. I haven't got time to do the scrolly thing, Final Fantasy, that I normally do because I'm going away on business tomorrow, but thank you, everyone involved, for the support. As always, I'll see you next time. Cheers, I'm out of here.